Hello everyone. Today we are going to study the various utility tools of the operating system. A utility program is a type of the software program that performs a specific task usually related to managing or maintaining a computer system. The operating system contains a number of utility programs such as programs for searching files, diagnosing and subsequently repairing the system errors, removing unwanted files from the hard drive, viewing images, playing multimedia files and backing up files are built into the operating system. Some of the most commonly used utility programs like search tools, file management programs, diagnostic and disk management programs, file compression and decompression programs, backup and recovery programs and uninstall utilities we are going to discuss today. Along with these programs, we will discuss various antivirus and anti-spy softwares. Let us start with the discussion on file management programs. The file management program help you to perform the file management tasks such as formatting a disk, looking at the contents of the hard drive. There are hierarchical structure in the form of folders and subfolders. Once we are able to see the files in their hierarchical structure, we can easily copy, rename, move or delete the files from one folder to another by click of a mouse. The three most common tasks of the file management are explained next. The first is looking at various files and folders stored in the PC. When we open a file management program like Windows Explorer, the hierarchical structure of the files is seen in the left portion. To see the files and the folders within a drive, one can click the drive name to see the details. The further subfolders within a folder can also be seen by clicking the folder name. Like this, one can travel the hierarchy to locate the file you are interested in. Next, to open a file, double click the mouse. Once you have located the file, you can open the file by double clicking on the mouse. To create a new folder within a folder, right click the mouse, select new folder and then the folder from the file menu. Enter the name for the new folder while the default name new folder is highlighted. The next task of the file management is copying, moving and renaming files and folders. In Windows Explorer, as explained in the first task of looking at the various files and folders, open the file and folder where the file is located. Next, select the desired file, then right click to select the copy option. The copy option copies the file to the clipboard. Once the drive and the folder where you want the file to be copied, that means the destination folder is located, then right click the mouse to select paste. The file name is copied to the destination folder. The next task of file management is to change the name of the file or the folder. Once the drive and the folder where the file is located, you are able to select, then you can have to press click on the file or the folder you want to rename by mouse click on that item. Right click on the mouse and the select rename. You get the option to write the new name of the item. Type the new name and press enter. By this, you can change the name of the file. Next task of the file management is deleting files. Again, for deleting the files, first you have to locate the file. That means, you have to open the drive and the folder where the file or the folder to be deleted is located. Select the item you want to delete and then press the delete key on the keyboard. At the confirm a file / folder delete dialog box, select yes to delete the file or the folder. Select no if you wish to cancel the delete operation. So, we have studied the various tasks under the file management. The next important utility program is the search tool. The search tool these days are combined with the file management program as a search option to select from the menu. The search option helps to quickly locate the file of your interest from a large amount of email, photos, documents and other important data items stored in the PCs in the hierarchical file structure, which contains a large number of folders and subfolders. Navigating the folders and subfolders manually may be time consuming. Secondly, the users forget with time in which folder they stored the information. The search tools are used to find files located somewhere on the specified storage medium that meets a particular pattern, such as being in a certain folder, including certain characters in the file name being of a particular type, song, digital photo, spreadsheet or a office document, and having a particular modification date. Search tools can search information from any drive connected to the PC. It may be a pen drive, hard disk drive or CD drive or a DVD drive. For example, if you want to search for any document file whose name starts with ST, because see you have stored the file 6 months ago, you do not remember anything else other than the fact that the file name was starting with ST. You do not even remember in which folder or subfolder the file was stored. But with the help of a search tool, you may define the search pattern in the search tool as st start.doc. That means it was a document with the name starting with ST. You forget what was the next written after the ST. And using this search pattern in this search tool, you can easily locate all the files starting with ST and ending with the .doc extension. These days, the search tools are so powerful that not only the information on a hard disk can be searched, but also the information of the website across the world can also be searched for. Many internet search companies such as Google and Yahoo have developed desktop search tools to access information available on the hard disk drive. For example, the Google desktop search program searches through files, email and chats and messages and other content stored on the user's hard drive to find the items that match the user supplied search pattern. The next important utility programs are related to diagnostic and disk management programs. These programs help to evaluate system performance. On the basis of system performance monitoring, it is able to uncover the erroneous blocks on the hard disk. The erroneous blocks found, if any, can be fixed by the utility. The slow system performance may reveal too much fragmentation on the hard disk. If the information on the hard disk is distributed across multiple places in the hard disk due to the unavailability of single large space, it is called fragmentation. Too much fragmentation not only means slower performance, but it may also affect the reliability of the hard disk due to unnecessary reads and writes. The presence of virus may also hamper the system performance. The disk management programs diagnose and repair the problems in the hard drive. The diagnostic and the disk management utilities included in the Windows operating system can perform such tasks as checking the Windows registry for errors, cleaning out extra system files that are no longer needed. These utilities can also defrag the hard disk, leading to improved performance by rearranging the data on the hard drive so that all the files are stored in the contiguous location is called defragmentation. By using the defragmentation, the performance as well as the reliability of the hard disk is improved. The next important utility programs are related to file compression. The file compression programs reduce the size of the file so that they take up less storage space on the storage medium or can be transmitted faster over the internet. For example, the file compression rate is so high that sometimes a file of 100 kilobyte is compressed to a file of 50 kilobyte or even a 25 kilobyte. So, if the file is compressed, its size is reduced, not only it will take less space on the hard disk, but also it will take less time if it is required to be transmitted over the internet to some another location. So, most common format for the user compressed file in the Windows environment is the .zip format. The .zip format was created by the file compression programs such as WinZip program. A file compression program is required to both compress and decompress, because once you have reduced the file and you have sent it to the some destination, you must be able to decompress. The decompress phenomena is also called unzipping the file. These days, many compression programs from the third party vendors are also available. These compression programs can open file compressed with the other programs. The file compression program can compress either a single file or a group of files into a single compressed file. That means, suppose you have 25 files in a folder, you need not create 25 compressed files. In turn, all the 25 files of a folder can be compressed into a single compressed file. When multiple files are compressed, they are separated back into individual files when the file is decompressed. In the earlier computer system, the programs were installed on a computer system as .exe file in some folder. The process of uninstalling was simply remove or delete the .exe file from that folder. Nowadays, when the programs are uninstalled or removed from the hard drive, small pieces of the programs can be left behind on the hard drive or in the system file unless an uninstall utility is used. So, uninstall utility is also an important utility under disk management. If a user removes the programs by deleting the program subfolder, which is not recommended method for removing the programs, a large amount of extraneous data can accumulate on the hard drive over time. The uninstall utilities remove the programs themselves along with all the references to those programs in your system file. The operating system through the control panel provides the facility of adding or removing programs. Removing programs also is like uninstallation. Sometimes the uninstall utility is given along with the installer of the software. The program specific installer knows better what files were created during the installation and now are to be removed using the uninstall utility. The next important utility programs are the programs related to backup and recovery of the important files which are stored on the computer system. There is always a possibility that the file you have stored in the computer is destroyed or corrupted. The destruction may be due to bad blocks on the hard disk, malfunctioning of the hard drive or the abnormal voltage fluctuations. Sometimes a virus may also corrupt a file. A file may also be destroyed when by mistake you write the contents of the another file over it. If the file is very important and it has taken large number of days to create that file, it is essential that the file must be recovered to resume the normal operation of the PC. Also, the major disasters like a fire or flood can completely destroy your PC and everything that is stored in it. Creating a backup means making a duplicate copy of the important files so that whenever a problem occurs, you can restore those files using the backup copy you have created earlier. You can backup your critical and important information so that it can be restored at a later date if needed. Depending upon the size, the backup data can be placed on a USB flash drive, a recordable or rewritable CD, DVD disk, a removable USB flash hard drive or virtually any other storage medium. The good backup procedures can help protect against the accidental data loss. Therefore, it is essential that every organization should have backup procedures in place that backup all data on a frequent and regular basis. Depending upon the need, the data may be backed up every day, every week or every fortnight. An alternative set of backup media should be used so that if the previous backup by mistake is overwritten with the corrupt data, it is possible to go back beyond the previous day's backup if needed. The personal backups can be as simple as copying an important document to a USB flash drive or emailing that document to a second PC you have access to. The operating systems perform backup by manually copying files using your file management program, but there are backup utilities, the programs that make the backup process easier. Using the internet for backup is becoming another viable option, especially for storing duplicates of the important selected files. Keeping important documents on your mail account is also considered safe as it contains the records of final updates with date and time. You can also take a backup of your entire PC once all programs have been installed and the PC is configured correctly, so that your system can be restored to that configuration quickly if something goes wrong with your PC at a later time. This not only saves you the time and botheration of having to reinstall all your programs and settings manually. Some systems have automated scheduled backup procedure. The backup program can be scheduled to backup specified files, folders or drives on a regular basis, such as you can schedule your backup program, the automated scheduler backup program, that it should take the backup every night at 9 p.m. or every Friday at 6:30 p.m. The backup program, once you configure it to say Friday 6:30 p.m., it will automatically start taking the backup of your hard disk and it will store the backup to some storage media you have specified. To protect against the fires and the other natural disasters like flood or earthquake, the backup media should be stored in a different physical location than your PC or inside a fire resistant safe. The backup creates an additional copy of the data placed on a hard disk. The additional copy may be another storage media kept locally or may be sent at a remote place over the network. The additional copy helps to restore the system when the primary contents on the hard disk are lost by the manual mistake, disk corruption, virus attack or natural disaster like flood, fire or overheating. The next important category of the utility programs is the antivirus and anti-spy softwares. A computer virus is a software program that is designed to harm the computer system or perform some malicious act. The spyware is another software program that secretly collects information and sends it to the outside party via the user's internet connection. The user is unaware of such a transfer, as the information is sent to the outside world without the user's knowledge. The other security concerns today are phishing schemes that try to tactfully force the users to supply the personal information that can be used for credit card fraud, identity theft and criminal acts. Because of these threats, it is critical that all computers users today protect themselves from and their computers. So, what we have learned today are the various utility tools of the operating system. A utility tool or a program is a type of software program that performs a specific task usually related to managing or maintaining a computer system. We have learnt about the utility programs for searching files, diagnosing and subsequently repairing system errors, removing unwanted files from the hard drive, viewing images, playing multimedia files and backup files. The utilities for file compression and decompression were also discussed. Along with these programs, the various antivirus and anti-spy softwares were discussed. Thank you.